Okay, so let's go ahead and find our way to our seat. If you want to use blocks for an elevated seat, you can, or use your blocks to support your legs somehow. So I'm going to come up onto my blocks today to bring some height up, and then just find a nice easy cross, or you can sit just like that in hero pose. So once you get here, just start to move a little side to side. Let your body fully like just land here, feel the body here in space. Maybe move a little forward, back. And let the heart move forward and back as you move forward and back. And just start to open up that space in the heart that we'll be working with tonight for the heart chakra, the Anahata chakra. So when it feels like stillness would be nice, go ahead and find that stillness. And let's begin to draw the shoulders up around the ears. And then as you exhale, let them drop down and back. And now as the shoulders drop down, start to feel the space from the collarbones just expanding. As you start to feel the heart space opening. And now it's almost as if you have the nose on your heart. Start to breathe in as if you're breathing in and out through the heart space. And as you breathe in and out through this heart space, through the Anahata chakra, you can begin to just scan the body from the head down to the tail, noticing there's any spaces that could use some love, and let that pour out from the heart space into those spaces to saturate them in love. So this space is the gateway to our soul. This center is the sacred space, and it connects us to all of creation in this space. So the color associated with the heart chakra is the color green. And it's represented by a 12-petaled green lotus flower. So perhaps you can imagine, as you breathe in and out through the heart space, imagine that lotus flower expanding open and blossoming as if it's rising out of the muck into the light. And as it blossoms, in the center of the 12-petaled lotus flower is a circle with a 6-pointed star. And with the 6-pointed star, it shows how the heart radiates in all directions. Representing that total inclusivity. So the 6-pointed star has an upper and lower star at the top, or triangle at the top, recognizing that the heart space reflects the lower chakra as well as the upper chakras. So it's like the saying, as above, so below, as within, so without. So we cultivate our heart space so that we're open and receptive to all that comes into our path. So as you continue to breathe slow and deep through the heart space, let's begin to direct the breath now through our nose. We're going to breathe in through the left nostril just by directing the breath through the left nostril, and then breathe out through the right nostril. And then reverse, breathe in through the right and out through the left. And now follow that rhythm, reversing the inhale and the exhale. The heart space also balances out the right and left sides of our brains, the yin and yang, the masculine and the feminine. So continue to breathe in through the right or left nostril and out through the other, and then reverse. And now begin to finish up that breath and end on the exhale, ending out through the left nostril. So if you need another round or two, go ahead to end on the left nostril. And then normalize your breath through both nostrils. And then just bring your hands down to the earth in front of you. Let's slowly soften and surrender down to the earth, folding forward gently down. As we're here folded forward, I invite you to just surrender this day, surrender this week, and just be here now. Maybe rock your head a little no. Let this day and this week go. Now let your head become still and begin to walk your way back up, sitting back tall. And then let's switch the cross so the other foot comes in front. And then we'll bring our hands out to the sides and inhale, reach both hands high. And now exhale, lower the right hand to meet the earth. And now start to feel the space and the side of the heart opening. Let's take our inhale, rise, come high. Exhale, lower the other hand to the earth and reach over. Really send the hip ring down to the earth. Feel the side of the heart expanding. And now inhale, come up. Exhale, fold forward, melt the hands down, and then hinge forward, gently fold forward. Walk your hands out as far as they want to go for now. And maybe shake the head a little yes, as you're saying yes to be here now in this moment. So now let the head become still again. Walk your hands gently back as the head stacks last. Once you get up to the top, let's reach the hands up again. Gently revolve over to the right. Let the hands soften down to the outer thigh, to the earth behind you. So now let's invite in our heart's intention as we breathe that in through the heart space. And take your inhale, come back high, reach high. And now exhale, revolve the other way. Let the hands come down. The mantra I'll come back to throughout class today is I love all of me unconditionally. Now let's take our inhale, come back center, and let's melt the hands down to the heart space. Let's bow our head in reverence and honor of our heart space. Breathing in, I am love. Breathing out, love is me. Now let's take our inhale, rise up again. Exhale, open the arms out to the side, lift the head, and let's walk our hands forward. We'll move the blocks if you're using them. Coming to our table pose with our hands under our shoulders, knees under our hips. Just find your position. And then let's go ahead, move that back body, lower it down, and let's start to make a nice big circle with the back body. So slowly reach it over to the left, circle the body up, and then over to the right. Make a big circle with that whole back body. We're just letting that torso be marinated in the love from our heart. And I'll go one more time. And then as you come back down with the belly, stop, pause here, and then reverse your direction. Let the back body circle the other way. I thought it was going to be chilly out here tonight. Last time. And now coming back to stillness. Let's go ahead and hover that right knee and left hand above the earth. And now send the heel back, send the fingertips forward. We're going to exhale, draw the knee and elbow towards the center. Inhale, lengthen. And then we're going to reach our hand back for our toes or our heel, just reaching back. Maybe you can hold on, maybe not. And then release back to your table. Reach the hand forward, reach the foot back. And now draw the knee and elbow together. Lower the head. Inhale, expand. Now reach back again. So just continue that flow as you're flowing. Elbow and knee together. Find your table. And then find your toes. So we're going to do that one more time. Knee to elbow. And then reach back and pause and maybe lift the gaze a little bit as you press the foot into the hand. Open the heart space, open the shoulder space. And then release the foot, release the hand and foot forward and back. And then soften the hand, soften the knee, rock your hips side to side, wag your tail. So we're going to start to move to that other side, doing the same flow. So let's send the energy and lift up that other hand. The left hand, right knee. Good chance I said the wrong side. Right hand, left knee. Yep, I did it the opposite of what I thought. And now send the hand forward, send the heel back. Balancing table, keep the gaze down in front of your hands. And now exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen. And then bend the foot behind you, bend the knee, reach back for the foot. Create the circle behind you. And then start your flow. Probably did about 4 or 5 on the other side. So trying to mirror that here. I love all of me unconditionally. Maybe finishing up that last time, taking that last final reach back, lifting maybe the gaze a little bit, lifting the heart a little bit, opening up the space. And then lower, release the hand, release the foot, let the hand come down, let the knee come down, let the hips sink back, child's pose. Now as the head is rested on the earth, let's begin to walk the hands together out in front of us, drawing the palms together. And now as you let the elbows bend, just start to draw the hands up to the sky as the hands come behind the head, maybe touching the thumbs to the cervical spine. So now breathe here as we seal in. I love all of me unconditionally into the back of our mind. To plant the seed within our thoughts. Now slowly extend the arms, turn the palms back down to meet the earth. Spread the fingers wide like a starfish. Open those fingers wide. Start to lift up the knees. We'll spread the hands at least shoulder width, maybe wider apart. And then start to lift the knees. Come up into your downward dog. So find your version of downward dog. It can also be puppy dog pose, where you're in puppy dog with the knees on the earth and you just reach the heart for the earth. So as you're walking your dog, just start to send the breath through the back of the legs. Maybe shake the head out here too. And now start to still the legs. We're going to let the knees come back to the earth, bending at the knees. So we are all going to come to puppy dog pose. So let's keep the hips right above the knees and start to walk the arms forward, letting the heart come towards the earth, letting the forehead come down. And now breathe that heart space. Breathe even more deeply into that space as you breathe in the energy from the earth beneath you. Breathe in the interconnection with all of creation. Now slowly walk your hands back. Take your time coming back to your table. And then we'll walk our hands forward, flex the feet, lift the knees, back to down dog. And now just see how the legs feel. Maybe you wish to keep a little more length, or maybe still keep that softness through the knees. So now let's take that right foot up to the sky, three-legged dog. Let's start to bend the knee, open up the hip. Let's start to create space right from the beginning in the hips. Maybe you even circle the ankle here. And begin the circle the other way. Now send the heel back to the sky, turn the toes down towards the earth. Let's step the foot between the hands into that low lunge position, and we're going to start to come up. So when you're ready, start to come up onto your fingertips and then maybe even higher. You can use your blocks to that taller setting. And just breathe here into that heart space. So you can stay just as we are. We're going to open up a little bit more. So maybe you lean or you draw your hands down and let them come back behind you. Let's open up that heart space. Slowly lift the heart up to the sky. We're really going to challenge that balance. Maybe you can even lift the gaze. Keep active energy out the rear heel. So now if you'd like, fold forward, let your heart be held by the thigh. Let the head fold down. Maybe let the arms reach up. And now lower the hands and lock them and bring them down to the earth. And then let's exhale, send the hips back, lengthen out the front leg, find your pyramid pose. Now start to soften again through the front knee. Bend the knee. We're going to take the left hand underneath the shoulder, reach the right hand side. Now if you'd like, add on by circling that right arm around, back and down. One more time around with that arm, and then you can let it come back down to the earth. And then we're going to take our yogi stroll into our straddle position. So walk your hands inside edge of the right foot and then pivot both feet into that straddle position. And now just find your flow here. Maybe you do a little hip rocking, keeping the legs long. Maybe you do a little lateral side lunge. Let your body be the guide of what you need here tonight. And as we're here, inviting that love and compassion from the heart to flow down into the mind. I love all of me unconditionally. Now let's begin to make our way back to the center. If we're moving, we're going to walk over to that right side. So bend through the right knee, walk our hands over to the right side. Now taking that left hand under the heart, reach the right hand high up to the sky. Now breathe into that left inner thigh. Either keep the right hand up at the sky or tuck it down and back. Let it fold down to the low back. And now lower the right hand down to the earth, come back to the center, and then walk over to the left side, bend through the left knee, sink your hips back. Now walk the right hand underneath the heart, reach the left hand up to the side. So maybe you stay here with that top hand or fold it down. So now release that hand, come back to the center, and let's hang here for a few breaths. Perhaps wrapping the hands on the elbows or reaching your hands through the legs or out in front. And if your hands are wrapped on the elbows, just maybe at a rock. Breathing in, I am love. Breathing out, love is me. Now make your way back into stillness. We're going to slowly walk forward. We're going to pivot only that front right foot. So keep your rear foot just as it is parallel. If you need to move it in, move it in. And then let's slowly reverse cartwheel up with those arms into our warrior two. Let's create even more space. Refine the stance. So really glue in that outer edge of the rear foot. Now breathe here as we come into our goal post arms. Pulling any bugs if you need to. And now let's expand the arms, expand the love out from the heart, out through the fingertips. I love all of me unconditionally. And now let's take our inhale, reach the hands up, reach the front leg, extending, lengthening it, and then take the left thumb and index finger, wrap it around that right wrist. Press the right palm up, gently drift back with the fingertips, look back behind in front of the arm. So slowly let the gaze go, let the arms go, come back to your warrior two. Softening that knee out, the second and third toes. We're going to slowly begin to pivot. So take your time pivoting that rear foot, coming into that high lunge. Breathing here. I know it's challenging. So let's take that big step forward. So press off that rear foot, step forward. And then let's cross that left foot over in front of the right. All right, inhale up with the arms. Let the left hand come down. Right hand reaches over. Now inhale, rise high. Exhale, reach the right hand down. Now come back center, inhaling slowly, uncross the feet, and then let's exhale, swan dive, forward fold, and hang here in your forward fold. And notice the difference between the two sides as we're here in our forward fold. So let's step back, or let's come up to our active back extension, monkey pose, fingertips to the shins, L-shaped body. Breathe here. Exhale, fold forward, and then we're going to step the right foot back. And then the left, come into your downward dog. And then you have the option to add a flow. So you can come on forward to your plank pose. You can come on down to your knees and kneeling plank. Then you can come down to the earth and find your cobra pose. Perhaps your mini cobra with the elbows under the shoulders. So just breathe here. And then exhale, lower back down, pressing back up into either child's pose or press up into plank, up into down dog. Stay in child's pose as long as you want. And whenever you'd like to join us in downward dog, go ahead. Going to begin to lift the left heel high to the sky. Just like before, bend the knee. Let the ankle and foot be soft as you circle the ankle. Starting to create that space in this hip. Reverse your circle. Now re-lengthen out the left leg. Turn the toes down. And let's step between the hands into that lunge position. So when you're ready, grab your blocks if you'd like. Start to come up to your fingertips. Maybe come up to the thigh. Coming up to the sky. Active energy out the rear heel. Breathe here. I know it's challenging on the balance, especially for those of us outside. Now soften the shoulders down. Let's add on if you want. We're going to open that heart. Lower the hands down. Interlock behind you in the weird interlock if you can. Charge the knuckles down. Lift the heart. Lift the gaze up to the sky. I love all of me unconditionally. An optional add-on, start to hinge down, lower the heart down to the thigh, and then reach the arms up if you'd like. Lower the gaze down. Staying bound if you can. And then lower the hands down, unlock the bind. And now that you're here, exhale, sink your hips back. Find your pyramid pose. And now slowly shift back forward, back to the lunge position. And we're going to bring both hands to the inside edge of the left foot. Let's take our yogi stroll back to our straddle position. And this time we're going to go ahead and reach the right hand forward, just reaching it as far forward as you can. Reach the left hand through the center of your legs. And now look underneath the right arm towards the right toes. Feel the lotus of your heart expanding in all directions. And now bring the left hand back and then the right. And now switching. So reach the left hand forward, right hand through the center. Begin to look under the left arm. Looking again towards the toes. And now coming back center, right hand, left hand, and now take your time to play here. Give yourself permission to let the body lead. Really no wrong way here. Just be here for a few more breaths. Like you can reach your hands out through the ankles, for the heels, for the big toes. If you are reaching for any of those outside parts of your body, of the legs, just start to extend through the spine. So you're holding the calves, holding the big toes, holding the feet. Lengthen out the spine, send the crown forward, keep the gaze down. And then let your body soften. Take one more breath here. Now let's start to walk towards the front left foot, pivoting only the front foot as we frame the front foot. So once you get here, yep, grab your blocks, and then we're going to take that reverse cartwheel up into warrior two. So now soften the shoulders down. Check on the front knee. Press in the inside edge towards the pinky toe. And then slowly goalpost arms, bend at the elbows. And now expand that love from your heart out through the fingertips. Reaching out to the letter T or up to the letter Y. And now as we inhale, let's lift the hands high, extend the front leg. Let's wrap that right thumb and index finger around that left wrist, press the left palm up, and then gently drift back, look back, behind, in front of the arm, wherever your gaze can go. So now shift the gaze, let the gaze come back forward, let the arms start to expand, let the front knee start to bend as you move back to your warrior two. And this one. We'll begin to start to pivot that rear foot. So begin to turn it forward, bring your hands to your heart. Really send that energy out the rear foot. You're going to take that big step forward. So bend the rear knee, step forward, back to your mountain stance. Let's take our inhale. And then exhale, swan dive, fold forward, come back to your forward fold. Just take this moment to breathe and be here on this side. Now that both sides are complete, we're going to finish the flow. I'm starting to come back to our monkey pose. Inhale, fingertips to the shins, L-shaped body. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to step the left foot back. And then the right, find your down dog. Decide if you want to flow through your plank into cobra or if you want to just go back to child's pose. So let your body decide. Maybe you come up a little higher in your cobra. Maybe it's an upward facing dog. Pressing through the top sides of the feet, lifting the thighs. And then exhale, come back down. And let's all meet in child's pose, sinking back, taking that moment to pause. Now breathe in to the back of the heart space. I am love. Love is me. Now begin to come back up, flex the feet, lift the knees into downward dog. We're going to step the left foot forward again. Stay here and we're going to revolve. I meant to do that before. So bring the right hand underneath the shoulder, reach the left hand high. And now circle that arm if you'd like, circling it back and around. Last time around, and then let the hand come down. And then use your blocks if you'd like. Step forward, back to forward fold. Let's slowly inhale, fingertips to the shins, L-shaped body. We're going to start to come up. So draw your fingertips to the hips or to the letter T. Bend at the knees. Engage the core. Inhale, rise. Hands come up to the sky and down to the heart. Now let's take that right foot, cross it over in front of the left. Inhale up with the arms. Exhale, lower the left arm down, reach the right arm over. Inhale, rise, reach the other hand down, reach over. Inhale, rise. Let's slowly uncross the feet. Let's close our eyes as we bring our hands to our heart space. Let's start to find our rock forward and back so we can find our balanced position in space. So start to find a place on the earth that your feet land just right. And then let the four corners of your feet anchor as you lift your toes. Feel the toes and the fingers expanding, breathing in. I love all of me unconditionally. Now plant the toes in. Lift the inner arches. Let's send the weight over to that left leg as we slowly lift up that right foot, turning the knee open. We're going to find our version of tree. So our foot can come inside the calf, inside the thigh, or bring the ankle above, below the knee. The foot can also be on the earth, especially if your balance is not here today. So now let's start to expand and blossom into our tree of love. Let the arms go how they want to go. So there's no limitations here today. Take 2 more breaths here as your tree of love that you are. Maybe put a smile on your face as you're gracefully letting your tree flow. And now wherever your hands are, let's bring them back down to the heart. We're going to draw that right knee up and then step back to warrior 1. So we'll take a smaller step back, turn the toes out to about 2 o'clock. And now let's slowly bring our arms together or out front, parallel to the earth. We're going to bring that right arm underneath, left arm on top. Create a lever with the right arm as you draw that left arm towards you. So now you can stay here or go into the eagle arms by turning up the right hand, coming into your eagle arms, bringing the palms together, or double bind your arms. As we're in our eagle arms, we're going to slowly bow down, just slowly bending down. And then slowly coming up. Doing a little forward here today through movement. Exhale, come down, soften, surrender. Come back up. One more time. I am love. And love is me. As we come back up. Let's expand our wings of love. Look high to the sky. And then exhale, lower the hands, lower the gaze. Let's take our step back forward, back to our mountain stance. Once again, you can rock around a little bit, find your position. Wipe off the sweat. It's there. So now let's bring our hands back to our heart. Maybe soften the eyes. Bring the awareness down into your feet. Once again, start to lift your toes, planting in the 4 corners. I am love. Plant the toes in. Love is me. So now we're going to start to shift over to the other leg. We're going to start to lift up through that left knee, start to pivot, open that knee. Find your tree. So your foot can be on the earth or not. And now let your branches blossom into the tree of love that you are. Let's breathe and be here. And when we're shaking, that is a good sign. It means that the parts of our nervous system are doing their job to keep us stable. Keep that focal point on something stationary. So now let's expand our branches out, opening, bringing our hands back to our heart. Let's slowly turn that knee forward and step back to warrior 1. So now the rear foot's turned out to about 10 o'clock. So now we're going to draw those arms forward again, parallel to the earth. This time the other arm, the right arm's going down, the left arm's coming up. I said that right. Breathe here, soften the gaze. That's the wrong arm. Left arm goes down, right arm. Thanks. So you can stay here or move into eagle arms. You get to choose, suspending at the elbow. You're in the eagle arms. We're going to add that fold forward. So engaging the core, gently folding forward, send the energy through the rear heel, through the front foot. And then inhale, come up. Slowly exhale. I am love, fold down. Inhale, love is me. Got one more time this side. Coming back up. Then let your arms, your wings expand of the love that you are. Breathe in, look high, expand the fingers. Expand the heart. And now let the hands come down, let the gaze come down. We're going to take our step forward back to our mountain stance. And now let's slowly inhale, swan dive forward, fold, bend the knees, hinge at the hips. Step back, right or left foot, you choose. Take a couple breaths here in our downward dog. If you need to walk it out anymore, do that here. Let's take one more breath as we lift the right heel high, soften the knee, attitude position. So you can stay here in that attitude position or come into that falling star with that right foot coming to the earth behind you as you lift the right arm. And if the right side's open, draw it back to the earth, draw the foot back to the sky, reach the heel high. Now slowly draw that right knee behind the right elbow or behind the right wrist, and then walk the left leg back. And let's stay up for a moment. We're going to slowly walk our hands around that right knee. Just start to look over that right shoulder, look back. And then walk back through to the center. Just look over the left side, making sure that ankle is in alignment. So look back at your ankle to make sure it's in alignment with the calf. And then you can come back forward. So now take your pigeon wherever you want to go. And let all of you start to soften down. Just let the love from the heart begin to overflow down into the hips. Letting the hips be bathed in love. Letting any emotions that may arise, remembering that they're sacred and beautiful and welcome. If you wish to stay down, you can, or we're going to come on up into our queen pigeon, it's called king pigeon, but I call it queen pigeon. So let's bring our hands closer to the center, and then we're going to bend through that left knee, reaching back. Maybe we hold, maybe we don't, maybe we just bend the knee. And if that doesn't feel good, you can rock off to the right side and just reach back for your quad, reach back for your foot this way, get the same quad release. So there's always options. So find your version. And if you're in the queen pigeon and you're up, maybe you look back for your foot. And let your gaze go where it wants to go. So now let's release the foot, lower the foot back down. If you're off, rock to the side, come back up into pigeon. And then we're gonna bend that left knee and just kind of pivot it. So we kind of have both knees bent at about 90 degrees. So it kind of makes our mermaid tail. So we can draw that right foot a little bit closer to the thigh, to the left thigh. And now let's lower that left hand outside of the shin, reach that right hand high, reach up and over. And then slowly inhale, draw the right hand down behind the hips, lift the left hand over. You can also lift the hips here. So then exhale, come down, let the left hand come down towards the shin, reach the right hand up. Inhale, rise, maybe lift the hips if you'd like. So let's do that 2 more times. Follow your breath. I am love. Love is me. I love all of me unconditionally. We're done with that last one. Let's go ahead and draw that left leg out. We're gonna cross. Either the left foot could be right in front of the thigh or cross it over. So if we can cross over, great. If not, stay there. So then we'll reach that right hand out, wrap it around the knee, and then inhale the left arm up, drop it down like a kickstand. So now let the belly press into the thighs. You revolve here, breathing through that outer left hip. Every inhalation, feel your spine growing even taller. With every exhalation, wring out the wet dish rag in the inner organs. And then slowly begin to unwind on the exhale. Slowly unwind, uncross the feet. We're going to just press forward, come back to our downward dog. So remembering to press through the thumb and index finger side of the hand. Come back to your down dog when you're ready. And then we're going to lift the left heel high to the sky. Bend the knee in that attitude position. Feel free, stay here if this is good. If you want to fall back into falling star, let the left foot come down, lift the left arm up. Lift the left side away from the earth, bring it back down. First the hand, reach the heel high, lengthen out the left leg. And now start to bend the knee, draw it behind the left wrist. Lower the right knee, walk the foot back. And then let's start to revolve around that knee. So walk your hands around that left knee, slowly look back. Now walk back center, look back around the right shoulder, look at your ankle. Make sure that's in alignment. And then come back center. And now find your pigeon. Do you want to come down to restore? Perhaps use the block or not. Be here. And let the ocean of your breath send waves and ripples down to the hips. As the ocean of love from your heart begins to immerse those spaces. Let the waves from the heart soften everything on its path. If you'd like to stay here, you have that option, or you can join me to come on up to your hand one at a time. So you can either bend through that right leg, reach the right hand back, or roll over to the left side, rest on your forearm, and reach back for that right foot. Keep the thigh and knee parallel. The hip parallel is fine. Breathing here, maybe look back over the right shoulder. If you'll see your feet. One more breath. And then slowly let that right foot release. And if you're down, come on up, back to pigeon, and then we'll rock open to the right side or to the left side, bend through the right knee. And then just draw that left foot closer to the right thigh. And now let's bring that right hand to the shin and inhale that left arm up and over. So we're gonna reach towards the shin first. And then slowly exhale, lower down that left hand, reach the right hand up, maybe add the hips lifting. Slowly exhale, lower the right hand down, reach the left hand up. I'll rise, maybe reach. Let's do 2 more times our flow, our breath. I am love. Love is me. I love all of me. Unconditionally. So as you finish up this last time, letting your hips come down, we'll rock off to the left hip, draw that right leg out. So the right foot can come in front of the hip or come across that left leg, wherever you go. And then let's reach out that left arm, wrap it around that knee, reach it up the right arm, drop it down like a kickstand behind you. And now let the breath beat that outer right hip. Let the belly meet the thigh. Let the head lift high. Take another full inhale, exhale here. And on the next exhale, just slowly unwind, return back forward. We'll uncross the legs. We'll move to the center of our mat so that we have space to roll back. Let's do one final bit of core work. So bring the feet down, keep the knees bent. We're going to sit tall and we're going to create our bow and arrow. So let's draw our hands forward. And then as we draw back, it's going to create that bow drawing back. And now release the arrow, let it fly. Slowly draw the other hand back. This is the arrow to your heart. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Come center and begin to roll back 1 vertebrae at a time. Lengthen out the whole body now. And now maybe draw the knees into the chest and just gently rock the knees. Let the back body soften to meet the earth. Maybe circle the knees, massage the low back. Maybe move to happy baby, massage the whole back. Now start to find a little stillness. Let's bring our knees to our chest. Open our arms to the letter T. Exhale, let the knees drift to the right. Maybe look to the left. Take that moment to pause and feel your body expanding both ways. I am love. Love is me. Let's breathe in, draw the knees up, gaze up. Exhale, let the knees drift left, let the gaze drift right. Feel yourself expanding. I love all of me unconditionally. Now slowly inhale, draw the knees up, gaze up. Pull everything into the center, create the nice tight ball, the seed that you came from. And now blossom and expand. If you'd like, you can move into that reclined goddess pose, into that butterfly pose with the soles of the feet together and the arms. If you'd like, you can wrap the elbows out with the hands overhead. If you're in that reclined goddess pose, it's like you've got the diamond that's in that six-pointed star pointing both directions. So let yourself continue to blossom through this meditation. Let the ocean of your breath just soften everything on its path and fill those darker, tighter spaces that might still be there. And imagine they're being warmed with the love from your heart. I invite you to notice the fluid rhythm of your breath. Letting your heart suspend like a raft on the tidal movement of your breath. Begin to sense the vast and fathomless presence of your heart space. If you allow any thoughts of yesterday, today, or tomorrow to all come and go, like waves on the surface of the ocean of your heart. Begin to see that all the sensations, perceptions, and thoughts are simply part of the vast flux in the ocean of your heart. Not allowing yourself to be consumed by any particular wave of sensation, perception, or thought. Just simply see the fluctuations as part of the great ocean. And perhaps observe how any thought formation, after taking shape, dissolves back into nothingness, into the formless ocean. Whether your mind is still or moving, develop conviction that all is part of this ocean, this one ocean that we are all interconnected to. Perhaps even notice the non-dual nature of this heart-mind in this space of oneness. For these last few breaths, being with the ocean of your heart. Just bring your hands to make connection to the heart space. As you feel the warmth, or send the warmth from your hands into the heart. And maybe tonight, as you leave class, you could imagine that your hands are the kindest, most compassionate and loving servants that are here to serve you. So how might you act if your hands were the most loving, kind, and compassionate servants to be here for you? These hands are here to steward this temple you've been given. Now let's expand that love from our heart space out as we open the arms. If you need help with your knees, draw your knees up with your hands, and then just windshield wiper those knees side to side. And let the knees stop on one side and pause and roll to that side, whatever side is calling you. And take a moment to pause there on the side with your side of your heart being held. And then slowly begin to press your way up to seated. So taking your time to come back up to seated. And then let's just bring our hands to meet the earth, soften the gaze, picturing that green blood budding lotus flower from your heart, the 12-petaled lotus flower blossoming. Let's turn our palms up, reach the hands up. I love all of me unconditionally. Let's draw the thumbs down in front of the third eye space, sealing that into our thoughts. I am love. Bringing our thumbs down in front of our mouth. Love is me. Now bring our hands and thumbs in front of the heart. I love all of me unconditionally. Now bow your head in reverence and honor. From my heart to your heart, I'm wishing you guys just a beautiful, love-filled week, in whatever way that looks like for you. Namaste, my friends. Thank you guys. Good to see you all.